And it's going to be just us this week, just you and me,
The
talking
two of us.
Destiny stuff. Because
Yeah.
there's Destiny stuff to talk about. There's not just one Destiny now.
But is there drama?
There wasn't always just one Destiny. There was Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, but we don't really talk about Destiny 1 anymore because it's there.
It's
But
there.
we don't really talk.
Somehow?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. And still playable on a 360 and a PlayStation 3. Just the mind boggles that is still going, and only up until a certain point. Is it Rise of Iron, wasn't it? It's like, I'm going to work up until this point, so you can still come and play me, and then and Destiny 1. So would that be Destiny 1.1, and then Destiny 1.2 would be the one that continued on from Rise of Iron, and then we got Destiny 2, and then we're on Destiny 2.5, and along with that, Destiny Rising. There's all the Destiny.
There's a lot of Destiny, but is there drama? Has there been drama? Is there more drama? Do we need to reset the counter?
No. I'd say no. It's been a good news week for Destiny.
Yeah, it seems pretty quiet on the drama front. Now I say that, and something
will drop now. Something will drop now. That's it. You've done it. You said it. You said it out loud. I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah,
I was just going to say it's good news.
No, someone's got to ruin it. Yeah, no, it seems just to be a let's just edit undo of the last couple of weeks of changes and news and go, yeah, you all really hated that, so we're not going to do that. So we're gonna do something else in the future, but not the thing we said we were going to do. It's like, okay, good. We're off to a good start, guys. Now let's continue down this path of improvement and making things better. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Maybe. Toes crossed.
Yeah. So should we start the show and then we can talk about it?
I suppose we must.
Well, we don't have to, but it's always good to.
It would probably make more sense than just to talk to each other for like 2 or 3 hours and then nobody else ever hear it. Even though that's exactly what we do every morning. Sit here, talk to each other, and just put out into the world, and presumably somebody else hears us. Who knows?
Welcome to the Two Titans and a Hunter Destiny 2 podcast, a show dedicated to bringing you the latest intel, the mightiest news, and the boldest opinions from the farthest reaches of the Sol system. Whether you're a bright-eyed new guardian, fresh from the Cosmodrome, or a battle-hardened veteran of the Red War, this is your Destiny destination. We'll arm you with tips, tricks, and tower-worthy tools to help you triumph, thrive, and revel in the glory of the fight. So without further ado, let's get on with the show.
Welcome to the show. It's just Peroty and Night Demon this week, or Night Demon and Peroty, whichever way you like to have it. It's entirely up to you, basically. We've got no hunters this week. They're all sneaking around in the dark playing Destiny Rising, and they're too busy to come and talk to us. Or they're off doing other things that we just don't know about.
Something out in the world.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing out in the world, but yeah, they're out there in the world doing things. Maybe they're behind you right now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, have you been Destiny Rising this week? Because I've been Destiny Rising. I'm not going to say that I've accidentally clicked buttons and bought stuff, but I might have accidentally clicked buttons and bought stuff, and I don't know what I've bought, and I don't know what I'm doing. I did not realise until I've just clicked onto YouTube that there are packs that you get that when you get them, you can click a button and go, I accept, or you re-roll. And I'm like, what have I done? I don't know what I'm doing. I should have maybe watched a video beforehand, but I was so excited to kind of get it and play it. I got to the point where I was like, well, I couldn't download it. Or I downloaded it on my phone and it went, we still need to update and do other stuff. So you need to delete stuff. And I'm like, what is taking up so much room on my phone? And it was TikTok. TikTok was up to 8 gigs. So I went through for about 3 or 4 hours, unliking all the videos that I liked, thinking that was the thing. Because I watched a thing. I watched a video on what takes up extra amounts. So I was like, I went through and I went, I definitely want to save like you 15 to 20 videos. So you're going to still be liked. The rest of you, you're gone. That's it. You've completely gone. Redid it. And it still said like 7.9. I'm like, what am I doing? And somebody else said, I think it was on Reddit I was following. It's like, you need to go through and have a look at your watch history and clear that, and your search history and clear that. And then uninstall the app and then reinstall it, log back in, and it'll be down to nothing. and it literally was. It went down to 685 megabytes. I'm like,
yeah. That's the one thing I miss from the Android side of the house. There was a button, like when you have apps installed, there was a button you could press to say clear cache, and it would just clear out all like whatever cached files. Again, whatever they happen to be in every app, you could just clear that cache out. So if it was like, why are you using 8 gigs? I don't know what you're using it for. I don't care about this data. It all lives in the cloud. If I need it, it'll load again. Let me hit the button and wipe it all out. My wife had the same problem with her phone. I mean, similar problem. She's like, it's like it says I'm running out of space, and it's like a 128 gig phone or something. There was like, it was either 60 or 80 gigs used for like system services and settings, like the part that Apple controls, you can do nothing about. I was like, I don't know what that means. And looking online, it seems to basically be like, well, you can try to do these things. You can sort of reboot your phone. The fix seems to mostly be reinstall the operating system on the phone. I'm like, that's garbage. In no way is that a solution. That's like Windows going, well, just reinstall Windows. That'll fix that problem right up for you. Yeah, and then give me many more new problems. So it eventually, through the course of just like deleting a couple of apps and like reinstalling them and like just rebooting the phone a couple of times and just like hard turning it off so it would like, because there's, I don't know, some amount of difference, or if you like reboot it or like turn it off and then turn it fully back on, it'll do something. Eventually got it down to like, I think mine was like sitting at like 10 or 12 gigs. And I'm like, well, that feels, I don't know how big iOS is as an operating system, but that feels at least reasonable-ish, or at least, not insane. So eventually it got back down to something reasonable and she could use her phone again. But it's like, I don't know how or why you got to that much, or what even that data is, or why it was there. It's like, I was like, do you have an update pending? Did it like download a new update and it's been waiting to install? And she's like, I don't think so. So we did check that, updated that, and I don't know, man. Computers are stupid. TV's breaking, phone using all their space for nothing.
So yeah, I had to clear down TikTok before I could actually properly play the game, and got into it. And
kids in your TikToks.
I know, and just, but I found, I'm still finding it really confusing. So I think if we're going to talk about Destiny, maybe we should talk about Destiny Rising as well in the same show, because it's technically Destiny, although it's not made by Bungie. And I think Mactix put out a video, kind of.
Yes, I was going to bring it up if you didn't. Do you want a quick one question to ask yourself? Is this person just ranting about BS online and has no idea what's going on?
Yeah,
or are they tuned into what's happening? Yeah. I won't steal your thunder. So yeah, tell the people how what Mactix said.
No, that's fine.
It was perfect.
It was basically that just people are ranting online about how Bungie are putting way too much effort into developing a mobile game, and they should be focusing on Destiny 2. And he's like, no, it's not even Bungie. Bungie have sold the licensing rights to NetEase, and NetEase have made this game. So it's two different companies making Destiny games. We now have Destiny Rising and Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, as we said. But it's just they're nothing to do with Bungie. So you can't moan at Bungie for Destiny Rising, and you can't moan at NetEase for Destiny 2.5, basically. So
two totally different things, totally different studios. Yeah, like Bungie worked with them early on and has been, working with them on like the narrative and like early on stuff. But yeah, they're not building it. But yeah, there are, as he says, there are 0 developers at Bungie working on Destiny Rising. 0. So yeah, if you see people moaning about, why are they wasting your time on the mobile game? No, they're not.
Squirrel!
What is this gourmet projection? What is this insane drifter chef's kiss ghost projection? Sorry, I watched your video early in the week to see what it was, and then I've just forgotten it existed and seen it in game again this morning.
Yeah.
It's certainly a thing. But yeah, I have not yet installed Destiny Rising. I've seen 10,000 videos on how to play it on my PC. What they don't tell me is you need Windows installed somewhere in your house, and that's
you do
slim pickings in this house.
Yeah, so you can go to the the playdestinyrising.com to their actual homepage. And there's an actual button on there to say how to install and play on Moo Player. And you can actually download an emulator and play Destiny Rising on your PC. I think from looking at it, I think Moo are actually developing it for Mac as well.
Yeah, that's what I saw somewhere. Is if you have Windows or Mac, it'll run on one of those. And I love the videos. It's like how to do this. Literally go to the website, click the link, and install it. Boom.
Yeah,
done.
That's it.
Or I guess there's something called, some app called BlueStacks. Again, get an emulator, run it on your Windows computer or Mac computer.
Yeah,
and then it emulates at least the BlueStack or the Moo one is emulates Android. So then you go to the Google Play Store, and if you don't have a Google Play account, you can create one or not. But go to the Google Play Store and download it there. But I guess it has cross save between iOS and Android. So if you are playing it on your iPhone or iPad, or it'll cross save across or something.
I did actually download. I did actually go to it, and there was a download for Mac as well, and it's a Moo Player Pro. So I think you have to actually pay for it. I think that's why I just went. Okay, I'm not going to be doing that then, because I don't really want to pay a subscription to play that as well. So
subscription to play your gacha game that's already going to try to take all your money.
Yeah. So I was like, no, that's fine. I don't mind just trialing it to see if it works. But yeah, that's as far as I kind of got with that. So yeah, because it runs a kind of emulator of Android on your Mac as well, so you can again access the Google Play Store, download it, and then play it on your PC. But what I found I could do is I could actually just stream it from my phone to my Mac and have a controller and play it. And I'm like,
right.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I forget that's a thing you can do. So how does that run? I guess I mean, again, it's a mobile game, so it's not like you're playing PvP high end trials or anything. How does it does it stutter much? I mean I know there's it's a mobile phone game. There's people been like, the performance is a mobile game.
Yeah, it's a mobile game. Yeah, it's just
but the streaming to the Mac is pretty good though. It's not any worse than the performance on the phone itself.
No, it's just really good.
Nice.
It's just I think because it's the whole system is just kind of and I didn't click the button to actually stream it to the TV, but I will try that at some point. So yeah, I streamed it to the Mac, and I did a bit of screen recording. So hopefully I'm going to put that in the show this week on YouTube for people to have a look at.
Nice.
What I didn't actually record is me clicking buttons and accidentally sort of purchasing things. And then, because there are these packs that you can get for free, and there are some things that you can get for free, some things you can't. There's also like a battle pass for it as well, which is, I think it works out to be like 40 days. And I think it was like £10. But then there was like a founding pack that you could pay, which was £20, and you got like the premium battle pass, but you didn't get the premium plus battle pass. But you can upgrade to the premium plus battle pass for an extra £6. So I'm like, let's see how we do with the things that I've already clicked before we actually do anything else. Because if I'm not sure that I'm going to be kind of paying X amount of money to just keep playing it. I might do. It might be an addiction. My daughter's already picked up on the fact that because I told my best mate, I said, "Oh, Destiny Rising's coming out tomorrow." My daughter's like listening. She's like, "Mum, he's going to be on his phone. He's going to be playing Destiny on his phone." So yeah, I've already been squealed up for that. Just
can't win in the house.
No, I can't. I could be sitting on the sofa just playing on my phone, but now they know that I'm playing Destiny Rising on the phone.
So as opposed to using your phone for anything else, which would be fine.
No, it's normally just Destiny stuff on the phone. I'm either watching videos, doing research, whatever. It's just
so there's just no winning in your house.
No, there's no winning whatsoever. But yeah, I'd clicked buttons. I was getting really confused because there's like subscriptions, which there's a Peacemaker's Gift where you can pay $1 or £1, and you get a character, and you've got to log on for 7 days to claim the rewards, apparently. And then there was the Tree of Light's Blessing, which you get Lumina leaves, and you get some silver. Silver has to be involved. And then there's black market coins also available as well. If you thought Destiny 2 had currency. You have I don't know half of these things, and it's only because I'm in tune with Destiny 2 with like currency. So I know silver bad because I have to pay for that. Other things I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing that the the black market coin is also bad. I'll have to purchase that. But
Yeah.
there's like a founding bundle, which you get the Tree of Light Blessing for 1 month, and you also get the premium battle pass for Act 1. But you can upgrade that, and you get exotic weapons. What else do you get on there? You get a lot of the currencies as well. You get I don't know where I'm at with this. It just the Ascension cells. There's Ascension cells, and then there's Bon Voyage charms, limited edition. Now you need these little ships, and you need the limited edition to get the limited edition characters. There's this Gwen that everybody's after, and you need these Bon Voyage charms. And
okay. I wonder if that's the person I've seen. I've seen a couple of videos of people opening packs or decrypting engrams, whatever the method is, and being like, "Oh, I got the thing," and it's like it's the same character. So I guess that's the character I've been seeing.
Yeah,
I don't know who this person is. I don't recognize her from the tower, but I was like, I guess that's the person people are after.
Yeah, she's got the black and white hair, and she's got the big purple scythe. She's void. Yeah, everybody's after her. So I've seen all these videos of people after her and things like that. So I was like, well, I want her then if everybody else is going after her. And I didn't realize that these Bon Voyage charms, there's a regular version and then there's a limited edition version. And you need the limited edition versions to reroll for her. But you can actually play the game and get some of the currencies in game to then convert it into these limited editions, but you can only get a certain amount for each currency conversion. So what was I looking at? There was that I think you can transfer silver into these limited edition ships, but you can also, where is it? Not cosmetics, exchange. There we go. You can exchange it for Fortuna crystals. So that's the location crystals. So 18 of those, or you can just buy the regular version for 18 of those as well. So that's,
here's 1,000 currencies. Figure out which of these you need and which of these you need real money for. You can really see the Bungie fingerprints. I mean, Destiny isn't exactly a gacha game, but it definitely has enough currencies. It lends itself well to gacha game mechanics, and that's what I've sort of vaguely been following. Of basically, you start out and you can buy buy the pass or the bundle or whatever, and then it gives you a bunch of stuff or rolls or basically chances to open the packs or engrams or again whatever they are to get the characters and weapons. It's like, and then it ramps up the gacha gameness. It says, now that you've gotten your taste for free, relatively, then we're gonna ramp everything up. And it's been not funny, but like interesting seeing people come to this and thinking, oh, it's a Destiny game. It's like, no, it's a gacha game. If you had read anything about it, you would know exactly what to expect. But people being surprised, like, oh man, they've got this. I'm gonna pay for this and this and this. It's like, yeah,
you don't have to pay. You can just play the game.
Well, no, I mean, right. I say have to, but in the content creator mind or the I'm putting this up for clicks. I have to do this. No, you don't. You don't have to do any of that. You can just play the game casually and go, I don't need to have all of this. Yeah, I'm definitely want to check it out, but just have not had a chance this week to do it. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, or at least I'm assuming if I load it like onto the iPad, because again, I have old eyes and need a bigger screen.
I think you can do it on the iPad, yeah.
Like load on the iPad and then like pair an Xbox controller to it, which I assume will work. Because I mean,
you can do that.
Yeah,
because if you even go to their website,
it's Bluetooth and it'll all work. So. Yeah. I was like, I know I can pair the controller to the iPad. I figured it would say, "Oh, you have a device paired. Let me use this to play with," because I am much too old to use virtual buttons on a screen. That's just not happening.
I did try with my fingers, and it's all right to kind of play as you're kind of going along. But I was like, I really do need like a controller. I mean, I come from the era of like Game Boys and Game Gear, so I need the controllers. I can't. I find that my
tactile.
I know buttons. I've got a big screen. Yeah, I've got a big screen, but I'm like, I feel that I'm then covering it with my big thumbs. So I'm like, I want to watch what's on the screen and then just control off to the side kind of thing. So yeah,
exactly.
But yeah, you have things like
see what's happening and want to feel the buttons under my fingers, not just guess.
There's bright dust, a pile of artificial dust, incandescent tufts. There's enhancement prisms. We've got overclocked capacitors. It's just, yeah. And what else was there? There was, Fortuna dust as well. So you can have bright dust and Fortuna dust.
Ooh, lots
Yeah.
of good dust.
So I used a lot of my kind of materials and converted it after I figured out not to buy the actual Bon Voyage charms. I did purchase a couple of them and then realised, no, they're the wrong ones. You need the other ones to get this cool character. So after doing that, I was like, that's cool. I'll see if I can. Yeah, and it drew me in. I needed that character, and let's just say that I spent some money to buy a pass to get more currencies to then get some more of these limited edition things because I'd run out of my free ones that I could convert. So I was like, well, I need it.
You enjoyed your taste, and then you said, "I'll go in there for more." So as someone like I understand obviously that there are different characters and things. Like, do the characters have are they different? Like, is it basically like a character shooter? Like does each character have like a different skill set? I guess what's the draw of the different characters?
Well,
Like,
I've got.
do they have different things that you
Yeah,
can do with them, or?
Yeah, they all do different things. I've got a character called Tan 2. He's solar and he's a support class. I think that's and long range combat. We have Wolf, who's your initial starting character, who's solar. He's an offensive, medium range combat. You then, at some point, I think you get Kabir or Kaba to start to kind of help you through the quests. And I think I've actually unlocked him as an actual character as well. And he's Arc. He's a Titan, obviously, with his little shield. He's defense and a medium range combat. And then the character everybody's after is this Gwyn, who's Void, and she's an offensive, close range combat, and she has dual wielding pistols. So it's like amazing.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, just like the laundry list of things in this game that people have been asking for in Destiny forever. Which, granted, they've also got the ability to say, "We're starting fresh. We can give you dual wielding and do all these other things that you've been wanting in this game forever because we don't have an old console to support, among other things." But yeah, no, the dual wielding is. I mean, how long have we wanted to dual wield things for?
Yeah,
I've got 2 arms. I'm a robot. I can do it. I promise.
The funny thing is when you go to the actual kind of store of to have a look at what you can kind of get in terms of characters and things, and she is the featured character for the next couple of days, and I think it says, where is it? Let me just go back to the store. She's going to be available for 25 days and 21 hours left as we are like on a Saturday.
Of course.
And she's guaranteed in 52 rolls, and you can only roll or draw 10 of these little boxes, and the current draw chance is 1%, and it's like, how the hell am I going to get this character? And I think I did it after 25 draws, or maybe it was even higher than the guaranteed when I first started, but yeah, it's like 1% chance to get this character, and yeah, it's just.
Yeah, sounds like a game who wants your money. Which again, I mean, that's again, you're going into this, this is a gotcha game, yeah, and which you can play and just play casually, or you can put your entire life savings into just be for those of you going, oh, I didn't know this was out, or didn't realize it had actually been released yet, or whatever. I don't know if you could have avoided it if you had been anywhere near any Destiny creators or media this week, but. Yeah, if you are going, well, maybe I'll check it out. Just be aware. I mean, that's what this is.
Yeah, just be aware of what buttons you're actually tapping, or if you give your phone to your child and let them play, just be careful to kind of disable, because it is just literally one tap and you kind of own it. I mean, I know it looks at my face and I go, yeah, okay, but that's my own fault kind of thing.
Do you want to? Sure, why not? What could go wrong?
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Yeah. It's there.
But
You have adult money.
It's been fun, and I haven't even kind of got that far in the game as such. I think I'm only up to chapter 1.2 I'm looking at it now, and I've got new light challenges, bear the light, and other things to kind of do. it just gives you every time you do something, it gives you something. And I was going through the world because you can look at the world map and go to a location really, really quickly, and then you can go and collect these flower things that on one of the locations. So you have your main location, which is Haven, and I've got Jingxi Metro, which is another location where you can kind of go out and do patrols and things, and they have the vendors on the locations. But at the moment, I'm kind of going and collecting these flowers. But you can also shoot the flowers from a distance to actually collect the resources as well. And they've got chests out in the wild. You can go around and do like little mini public events and kill people, and then they will drop chests as well. So you're getting so much kind of resources in the game to start off with. It's just, it's just been really good fun. Just standing in the tower, showing off my character.
Just something new to play, but also something new that's Destiny, which is the first time we've gotten anything new in the Destiny universe, and truly new in the Destiny universe in a while. And just a different take on it. I'm definitely excited to at least try it out, at least play with it. I have a history of I'll download the games on the phone and play them fairly obsessively for a while, and then just one day completely forget they exist.
Yeah.
And then I'll look back and go, oh, right, you're still here. I remember you. and going into this knowing you can spend all the money or you can spend none of the money. And just knowing that, that's what you have to do. Make your decision and find your fun. Yeah. That being said, I did see after moaning about not wanting... Well, after now loading up the campaign in proper Destiny 2 twice on my Warlock, because the Warlock has gone through the first couple of bits of the campaign, but not gotten very far. I was like, let me see if I can just play through this on normal. Because again, there's no reason to do the campaign on hard a second time. So let me try to do it on normal. So I got to the first, wandered through Kepler, got to the first mission, loaded it up, kicked orbit. Some kind of air it out. I was like, okay, let's try this again. So at that point, I was like, I don't have enough time to start this. I'm not even sure how long this mission is. Let me just do this another day. So loaded up another day. Got part of the way through the campaign, kicked me to orbit. I was like, okay, this quest apparently, I don't remember which quest it was. There was no, it's not like, hey, don't play, Bungie said nothing like, hey, don't play this quest now because something's broken. So I don't know what's going on with it. So I was like, all right, let's try this one more time. So I tried it a third separate day, got halfway through it, and then just realized, what am I doing? It was working, but I was like, this is my third try to get through this same mission. And I realized I'm just not having any fun with it. So I did see I could just pay my 2,000 silver, I think it is, for the campaign skip for the Warlock.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just going to do that.
Okay.
I'm like, I was getting through it going, because it's like the campaign was fine. I had a good enough time with it, but just sitting down to do it again, I was like, I just can't bring myself to play this again.
Yeah.
I don't know. The last two campaigns we've had have been fine. I've enjoyed them well enough. I've done them twice on the Warlock and the Titan, but I don't know. This one I was just like, I can't. I'm getting through this going, why am I doing this? I'm just not enjoying any of these mechanics. So I was happy to see I can just pay for the campaign skip. So I'm probably just going to do that, and then at least I can sort of work on the Warlock, giving him some better gear and messing around with the stuff after that.
I'm curious, if you do purchase the actual campaign skip for a character, does it then kind of skip the campaign and those little blue missions as well? Because
that's
I think
what I'm wondering about too. Yeah, I don't know, because I know I've done a couple of those on the Titan, but again, I just I ran a couple of them just to see what they were, because I hadn't even interacted with them yet. Yeah. And it seemed to be just some very quick fetch missions, hey, in this area, clear out this thing and pick this thing up. I wasn't sure if they were going to be full on Lost Sector style mini quests, but no, it's just sort of run around here, pick this stuff up, grab this data pad, shoot this box. Now you're done. So I've done 2 or 3 of the 15,000. It feels like are sitting on my Kepler map right now.
Yeah.
So I'll make a note and report back and say, does this finish all of these? Because I just don't see the point of doing those either. Yes, there's some narrative stuff, there's some story stuff, but is there any point to doing any of those? Is it not just, playing more random things in the game? I'd be just as good off doing anything else.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I did that as well. I was like, I've got all these little blue markers, and then I think I've also got the exotic hand cannon as well thrown in there. So I'm like
Oh
going
yeah,
through and I'm kind of finding these things, and then I'm getting distracted over here by something else. I'm like clicking on that, doing that, and I'm like, whoa. At one point I was like in an area and I was trying to figure out how to kind of unlock. They've got those kind of little time turner things just in a sealed area, and I'm like, how do I actually get this? And you have to kind of go in a ball, go somewhere else, go and defeat all these
Yeah.
other enemies in a different place, pick up the relocator, come back,
Yep.
and do it that way. It's like, what? Yeah.
Just
I was doing something else and now I found this. So I mean, it's been good fun. I'm just like, I'm getting distracted by the shiny thing. I think I just need to kind of focus on one thing and get that done. But yes, it's just as you're kind of running through it, there's another thing that comes up on your map and you're like, oh, what's this shiny over here? So
there's so much stuff. Yeah, I was trying to. I honestly kind of forgot the Graviton Spike quest existed because there's so much stuff on the Kepler map now. I was like, well, let me go see if I can try this. And I had the same problem. I was in an area and I started what I thought was the right activity, but I'm sitting here going, well, I think this is a campaign mission I've now restarted. Even though when I added the waypoint to the Graviton Spike thing where it wanted me to go, like, so do I need to run this again? It's just, I mean, again, it's a Bungie game. They're not going to be clear on what I have to do or where I have to go or what I have to do with it.
Say that, yeah.
But I'm just
Destiny
like,
Rising, it gives you little Pac-Men, little blue line to follow. So you're like a little Pac-Man following this blue line to where you need to go. You can divert from the blue line, but it's just these little blue balls as you're kind of progressing. But it's like it tells you literally where to go. This is where you need to go. You said you wanted to do this quest. It's over here. Stop looking for a chest up there.
Yeah, this is the thing you set out to do. Here's how you can actually set out to do it. Yeah, just yeah.
I mean, the positive thing about it is that Bungie might actually kind of look at what they're doing in Destiny Rising and go, well, okay, what happens if we implement some of the good things that are in that into Destiny? You know, people are playing that, enjoying that. It would be nice if we could kind of integrate some of those good things.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is, I'm not going to, I assume there's some overlap of people who, haven't played Destiny or Destiny 2 and are playing Destiny Rising and just trying it out as a thing. But there's, a decent amount of overlap between the two communities going, hey, well, if people are liking this piece of it, yeah, let's take what we've learned from that and what NetEase is doing and going, yeah, can we make this better in our game? I'm with you. I hope they, again, take some learning from it because, man, the lessons they seem to be taking right now are, it's as we'll get to the TWAB here shortly, it's a week of, we were going to do this. Oh, you all hated that. We're not going to do that anymore. It just, I wonder, if they're following like a path they had laid out for like how Edge of Fate was going to launch. And because it has not launched how they wanted it to, there's just sort of like trying to stay this path. And it's just not, like, the player base isn't there, the progression isn't there, the number of bugs are still there. I just wonder, it's like, how did you see this going? Because right now the changes you're trying to make are just things that nobody, like, looking at the game would want. And it just, I don't know. But yeah, I'm hopefully they're, again, obviously, like we said, I mean, NetEase is developing this game, but obviously there is still, I assume, some level of back and forth between, Bungie and NetEase. Like, they're still, talking, communicating, working together to some degree. So yeah, hopefully there's just like hey, let's check in. Hey, like, what are you guys hearing? What kind of feedback? What, yeah, hopefully there's some cross-pollination of, here's what we're doing on the mobile side. People seem to really like it. You should bring that over here. Or hey, here's what we're doing in Destiny 2. The mobile game could benefit from this. Yeah, so hopefully we see some of that going forward. It's still, I mean, just launched, yesterday, 2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days. I think it's the 28th,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's still brand new, but yeah, hopefully there's still some, sort of a rising tide lifts all boats, and we all, as players, no matter what we're playing, benefit from this. Because we could need it. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
So have you been playing any proper Destiny this week? Has any of that lured you in, or have you? I guess have you made it to 300, and are you trying to get to? Are you on your way to 450?
I am. Last week I got to 300. I think I got to about 310, and this week I played for a little bit. From what I was able to play, I got to 325, and it was kind of just going to Kepler and doing kind of some of those blue missions and some of the kind of exotic hand cannon missions as well. I was like, well, I need to do these. These need to be done at some point, and then I can say that I've done them. Because what I tend to do is kind of play all of those, like I get the campaign done and all the kind of the little blue missions, the side missions, and everything else, the exotic missions, all done on my Titan. And then when I go and play through with my hunter or my warlock, I kind of do the bare minimum. And what I found is that I hadn't really kind of done much with the Witch Queen with my warlock or my hunter, and I haven't done, I think, apart from kind of get stasis and get strand for those characters, there's still quite a lot of kind of blue missions and missions that are still need to be done on those characters. And I think I'm going to end up being the same with you. And like, do I play through these again, or do I kind of? I don't really want to pay for it. I think I will just kind of go through and just play things that I don't necessarily need to do on those characters, like the events and anything else that kind of comes, in the future. So
yeah,
that's what I'm kind of planning to do. So I've been doing those and my star chores as well, because I need to get all my challenges done before the end of next week.
Yep.
To get my large pile of bright dust, because I was like, I need to get these done, and I think I had about it must have been about 10 at the start of the week, and I was like, well, I can do some of the little ones, like calibrate my weapons and go and do stun champions and play. I think I was on stasis, be stasis and kill people in the portal activities. So I was kind of doing that, and last week I was saying I was finding it really hard to do things like do the coil and do
anything not match made.
Yeah, anything not match made, like the onslaughts and things like that. So I was like, I need to go and get these data pads. And in the onslaught, I think it's wave 5 and wave 10 are the data pads for Widow's Court and Midtown. So I'm like, I need to kind of do this. I will put it on the lowest setting again and see if I can get through. I can't. I just can't. They just they all just attack my battery, and I'm like, I cannot take you all out. It's not like I've got infinite supers. It's me by myself, and I just can't do it. And I'm like, that's just so annoyed. And then this week I saw that the coil had come up as a match made activity. So I was like, oh, brilliant. I can jump in with a group and I could go through and get those data pads, because they are just before the boss room for each thing. And if you've got enough time, you can get through to all 3 or 4. And there might be 5 boss rooms. Anyway, so they're just before you plant the flag, turn around, and there's a data pad there. So I thought, I can do that with a team. We can go through and we can do that. My team dipped after 5 minutes because they realized we started off with just 3 revives. And I think because I was playing, because of my level, I was playing on master difficulty. But, you break the pots and you pick up the extra revive tokens. But they were just dying as we were kind of going through.
Yeah. It's like you have to also stay alive. Yeah, I think I did one run with Blue, and then our resident Blueberry, who was just dying constantly. I think we got through 2 separate runs, and I bought 3 revives. Or I think I bought 3 revives at Riven the first time, and Blue bought 3 the second time. We're like, okay, well, here's more revives for you, sir. Let's see if you can get through this. And he just through every last one of them. It's like, okay, well, you're dead now. Like, we're out of revives. We've used all that we could, and you're still dead. So stay alive better. But yeah, I think we got through 1 run of it, and I think I found a data pad somewhere. But yeah, then I had to ran out of time as he was still going, and I had to dip and go off to do adult things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, I mean, again, at least the matchmaking was there. Yeah, because I had the same thoughts. Like, finally, I can run one of these, and it'll be, at least worth my time to some degree. Because I like you. I had the thought. I was like, well, could I do this realistically solo? And it's like, you could maybe, but it would not be any fun. Like, just doing this.
I can confirm. I can confirm. You can do it solo. You can put it on training level 10 and go through the coil. and you can just play it and pick up the data pads. And it
Well,
was
there you
only
go.
after my team dipped that I thought I'm going to try it, because
Yeah.
what
have I got to
apart from the
lose? I'm
time
here.
limit kind of thing, and if it's on the lowest setting,
Mm-hmm.
they're not destroying my battery. I can just go through it at my own pace at the level that I was, and just hopefully decimate things and go and pick up these data pads, which I ended up doing. And I think I got through, and I was like, oh, I could just finish, but then it let me go through again. I was like, oh, there's another boss thing. And I think there was either 4 or 5 times, and then it kind of did the chest at the end. So, but the rewards that were dropping were 213 and then 200. So they were right for kind of dismantling to get my unstable cores, which was fine. So, but apart from that, I think it was like half an hour or 40 minutes worth of just not actually getting anywhere with leveling up my character. It was like, well, I've got to do these chores to get through because I haven't got a group to go through the coil. So if I want to get my large pile of bright dust, I've got to go through, pick up each one of these. And then I think I was missing one on the Devil's Lair. So I had to go back through that, and I did that solo because that was literally at the beginning. So I was like, I can do that. I can just go through that first room and pick that up. So
yeah, that's good. At least some of it is doable. But yeah, like you really are having to make the decision of, do I want to progress my power, my light, whatever, or do I want to have fun playing? And it feels like it's like either one or the other. You can do one or the other of these, but not both. And it's like this is not Bungie. This isn't it. This is not the decision I want to make with my precious little gaming time. I say that I've been playing a bunch of Gambit this week because I want to.
I saw you playing Gambit
because I want to like legitimately, guild my title again, because that's what I do every season, and I want to make sure I get that done because I enjoy it. And honestly, the matchmaking has been really quick still, and it's fun. Like, it's still like, I'm not getting any gear out of it, but I'm having fun with the game. And which I had the thought, it's like, why would you not just stick Gambit in the portal? Like, it's slap it in the Crucible menu even. Like, it's just another match-made activity you could just go do and run. And would it have been that hard to put in some level of new gear? Just slap the world loot tier in there, like just literally anything. Like, would this have been that hard? Because it's something you can just go replay over and over again. And you don't need to update it, you don't need to change it. Just slap it in there and let people play it. Like, why not even add it to the portal as a viable option?
I get what you mean. Just kind of
gear past 200. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me, because it still plays perfectly well. You did all this work to fix most of the bugs with motes falling through the floor and the enemy teleporting and stuff. Like, it's in a pretty good state right now. And it's like, why would you not just slap it in there as, hey, here's another match-made activity you could go do? Or heaven forbid, you have 3 people with you and you want to all 4 of you play something. It just seemed, again, just another very silly decision. It's like, why not just slap it in there? You haven't done anything to anything else in there other than give it a new loot pool. So why not add this to it? It's a perfectly viable activity. You threw the Civ in there, which is Gambit. I'm sorry. Like, it's the same thing without invasions. I don't know. It's just like, why would you?
Yeah, it didn't make it. I mean, put it in there and then still update it like you said you were going to update it, and just make it whatever you were kind of. Yeah, just have it in there. I mean, it's like, we still didn't get to the bottom of mayhem in the portal that wasn't in the portal last week,
right?
And I didn't see
didn't
any
seem to have addressed. Yeah, just
nobody addressed it. It was like,
I did both. Like, on Blue Sky, message Destiny 2 team and respond to. I think they're like, hey, what's the vibe? What's the feedback? Looking for feedback on the TWAB. I was like, I screenshotted the point about it being in the portal, going, what happened to this? And hadn't seen anything, going, so we just forgot it existed? Is that just not a thing that's happening?
Yeah.
Are we just YOLOing Crucible at this point, going, there'll be something in there, figure it out.
It also doesn't make sense why it's not in the portal.
Right. It's, again, just like, you've got these game modes, you're not updating things. Like, all the strikes we're running and stuff is the same stuff we've been running, just with the modifiers applied and the current tiered loot table.
Yeah,
again, now obviously doing that isn't just like apply loot table and ship it, but like, why would why is it not there?
Why? It's kind of distracting still having those nodes along the top. We're like, I mean, I get the legend one. Leave the legend one. Just leave that there, but take away those other nodes. Or if you're going to put them in the portal, so you put your Gambit in the portal in the Fireteam Ops. It's a match made activity. It's quite simple. You just play it. You get your loot. The Crucible modes.
Right.
Put one of those in the thing, or put them both in the Crucible node in the portal, and just have them drop the loot that's you're kind of offering in the other modes. It's like it doesn't make any sense, because all they've done is take the competitive node and the control node and put them in the portal, and then left the other two nodes that were over there. Just and the Nightfall one is, what's the point? What is the point? I mean, you stripped it right down to nothing.
Right.
We used to have Onslaught in there, and the Strike playlist, and the Nightfalls, and the Grandmasters, and it made sense that it was all kind of there. But now it's kind of, some of it's in the portal, and then some of it's not in the portal. It's like, why?
Yeah,
yeah.
Again, there's obviously work, to do to add these things. Like it's not just like copy paste, set add to portal to true instead of false. Like, obviously, I know there's work for this, but it's also just again, content you could be playing. You could at least just giving people more things to do that could progress their power and light, and just that are not, you can't, there's no reason to play. I know I'm playing Gambit, and there's no reason to. I know this. There's zero reason to do any of this. I'm getting 200 level gear that's not tiered. It's just, it's not progressing anything. Honestly, I loaded the Warlock up just to play it there, just to see if I could get any armor to drop, even of just, more than 10, because all my Warlock armor is 10. I haven't done the campaign or anything yet, but it's just I know there's no light level reason for this, but it's fun. I'm having a good time with it. So it's just it would be nice if I could have a good time with it and it be viable to play. If we could do both. I
think it still comes down to what we discussed last week. It's if they'd have put stuff in there, it would have kept people's interest and enjoyment of the portal a bit more. But I think it came down to kind of all the various different things that we discussed last night. The Sony thing, the crunch time, changing of management. I think a lot of things have had an impact on it, from what they originally envisaged what the portal was going to be to what we kind of got. And hopefully, Ash and Iron improves on that. And then as we go into Renegades and further on down the line, the portal becomes the big kind of amazing thing that they kind of had this vision for, that everybody's going to enjoy. The world portal, the world could still be there to kind of go and do other things, but then hopefully integrate that into, you can still go and get gear from here. You can still go to the Legend tab and play some of the Legend stuff, updated the rate and whatever. But yeah, it's just, there's work to do, and it's just going to take a bit of time. We just got to stick with it.
Yeah. It just really hit me playing this week. Which again, I've played very little this week either way, but
yeah,
it really just hit me as I'm playing this, identical game mode. It doesn't have a loot pool in it. Going, why did we not have this? Why? It just seems like such an easy, you're not, I've beaten this horse to death now, but yeah, just it's an activity. It's done. You put a lot of work getting it into a good spot. Why not just add it? You've already, anyway, it's never going to happen. Just give up.
So should we jump into some news this week? So we've got, I'm going to start with Destiny Rising, because we've got From Vision to Reality, the Destiny Rising global launch. And they've got a blog. Greetings, Lightbearers. As Destiny Rising approaches its global launch, we've had the opportunity to sit down with the development team behind the game that's already captured the imagination of millions. In this conversation, we explore how your feedback shaped the experiences, discover the exciting new systems awaiting at launch, and get a glimpse of what lies ahead in the ever-expanding universe. So basically, they responded to the community for their open alphas and betas that they kind of did, and they've undergone some kind of transformations with what they kind of originally envisioned for the game. They've abandoned the previous set bonus approach. Now each artifact carries unique attributes, allowing light bearers to mix and match pieces to craft their ideal combat experience. And the team has implemented the highly requested slide mechanic. I didn't realize you didn't have slide before it went live, but it wasn't there before. Now I can run and slide, and yeah,
makes sense.
So that's cool. Raids have always been the beating heart of Destiny, says the lead designer. At launch, we're introducing a special Season 0 Week 1 event for Gauntlet mode. Complete it during this window to earn a limited edition emblem, with additional community rewards scaling based on the total participation. So we've got a raid this first week, and the more people that kind of complete it, I haven't actually got to that point. I'm guessing more the other content creators have got there to kind of do that, but hopefully I'll get that done for maybe next week. So yeah, the Season 1 Week 1 event will launch at the same time worldwide, not by server location time, ensuring everyone starts their journey on equal footing. In the second weeks of Season 1, they'll release a true challenge version of the Gauntlet with its own Week 1 race. This hardcore version includes secret mechanics, tougher constraints, all with fair balancing. Player participation in the Season 1 Week 1 event will see their progress tracked on the live in-game leaderboards, with exclusive rewards and dynamic emblems that showcase their achievements. Next, we have the narrative thread. While combat excellence remains central to Destiny Rising, the team emphasizes their commitment to the rich storytelling that defines the franchise. After launch, you'll discover the exclusive narrative quests centered around key characters. These missions let you explore the personal journeys of different lightbearers, revealing their unique perspectives and beliefs about our universe. And I think that's one thing that's quite cool, is playing the game and you see these characters kind of that we've only heard about in Destiny lore. And I'm not sure whether Kabir and Kaba are the same kind of character. They're just kind of, have we been saying Kabir wrong, or and they interpreted his name wrong in Destiny Rising, or whatever. But you've got Ikora in there. I think there was Lady Scory in there as well. So, and I was quite excited that it's kind of Iron Lord themed. You walk around the tower, or Haven as it is, and you see these characters as kind of vendors. And there's a guy that is the Drifter, that is not the Drifter, not our Drifter, but he sounds exactly like the Drifter. He's got a little gambling mechanic thing that I haven't actually kind of unlocked or got to as yet. So there's all these characters, and it's going to be interesting to see where they take it in this kind of universe. And I think is it meant to be a parallel universe, or I can't remember how they described it, or if it's just kind of an alternative universe.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm not sure either. Like if it's because obviously, again, obviously there's the crossover and they work with the team, but yeah, I don't know if it's. I mean, because obviously we've got some of the same characters. Yeah, is this? Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the ranch style, hey, while you were over here doing these things in Destiny 2, this was happening in Destiny Rising. Yeah, I don't. That's one thing I don't know. I'm sort of curious too, but I didn't even realize there was voice acting, in Destiny Rising, which again is kind of nice. I saw again another clip, I think from Mactix on TikTok, of one of the NPCs in the tower saying that birds weren't real. All the pigeons in the tower were just spies for the Fallen. They were all drones. So I was like, okay, that's interesting, because you go through the tower and you hear the same voice lines 75,000 times. It's like, oh, there's actual voice acting, which I think I remembered hearing when the alpha, beta, whatever the early version was out, but I'd forgotten about. But yeah, it's like, oh, actual voice acting, actual things happening. Again, just different things in the game. But yeah, I mean, if again, I already want to play it, but if there is, I can enjoy just more of the Destiny story, more of the Destiny characters. That's what I've wanted forever. Of just give me more narrative. I think at base
you can just play through and you can just enjoy the story and where they're kind of taking those characters. And it'd be nice if there was a kind of, if somehow their stories and Destiny 2 stories at some point could interact. I know you can get emblems that I think if you play the game, you can get an emblem in actual Destiny 2 and things like that. But it would be nice if kind of the stories kind of crossed over, or there was, I mean, we've had people jumping from universe to universe, like with Elsie Bray. haven't we?
Right. Yeah.
And
Does she tell us finally why she didn't have time to explain what she didn't have time
I
to
don't
explain?
I don't think she did, but it could have been this. She could have. I mean, there's a story beat that she could suddenly appear in Destiny Rising and have some kind of impact across both games, which would be quite interesting as well. So
Yeah.
it's really it's good fun to see those kind of characters and where they're going to kind of take the story and their universe compared to kind of the Destiny one that we're in at the moment. So
Yeah.
we've also got an achievement system now providing significant Lumina leaves as rewards. And they've also implemented a daily sign-in bonus and a special 14-day newcomer event offering free draws. So the draws are the things that you kind of want to get the extra characters, and you kind of build up your pack of characters, and then you can kind of click through them and choose who you want to kind of play. But everybody wants to kind of be Gwen, so what are you going to do? Launch players can expect over 200 free draws in total, of which includes 12,500 Lumina leaves, and they want everybody to fully enjoy the game without feeling the restricted by resources. One of the most discussed beta
Get you all
features.
good and hooked first, and then we'll start charging you.
One of the most discussed beta features, the Pinnacle Energy System, has received tweaks too. They understand that sometimes you just want to grind more and play with friends without limitations. Now with the Pinnacle Energy available, you'll earn substantial rewards. When depleted, you'll still receive significant, consistent base rewards that no longer diminish over time. Legendary character development has also been streamlined, with the first 2 talent unlocks no longer requiring duplicate character draws. Crucially, talent levels no longer affect character power, ensuring a more balanced competitive environment. So, the road ahead. As content conversations conclude, the lead designer shares some exciting news about the game's launch and future. So they're thrilled to announce that their global pre-registration has reached an incredible, it was over 10 million, I think, by the time it actually kind of went live. So these pre-registration rewards include an exclusive exotic ornament and 10 free draws, more draws. They'll be waiting for everybody at launch. There's going to be English, Latin America, Spanish, Japanese, and simplified and traditional Chinese, with more languages planned for the future. Server infrastructure spans 4 major regions, so we've got Asia, Europe, North America, and Latin America, with cross-platform play between iOS and Android, enabling seamless progression and social connection regardless of device. And looking to the future, Destiny Rising seasons update every 2 months, with new character content arriving every 4 weeks. Weekly maintenance and small content updates will ensure the experience remains fresh and technically sound. Do we need to go through the frequently asked questions? Because maybe we do.
I don't know. Are any of those frequently asked questions vital, interesting things that people were trying to figure out? I mean, I think we sort of touch on the, there is a roadmap. There is more coming. It will be a a live service game, much to Sony's chagrin, I'm sure. Going, oh, another live service game that we have nothing to do with.
Yeah. The minimum requirements or the minimum device requirements available on iOS and Android devices for a minimum operation, they recommend Snapdragon 835/MediaTek Dimensity 700 or better for Android devices, and iPhone 7s or newer for iOS devices. So that's going back quite a way with the iPhones.
And I'm assuming, again, I've lost track of which Snapdragon is which on the Android side, but yeah, it seems like the requirements are not terribly beefy. It's not like you need a brand new device to play this game again, or play it on play with the emulators on computer. Then you have your computer, which that's one thing I hadn't seen is do you need a graphics card? I mean, I'm assuming not. I'm assuming if you just have a modern computer with a modern CPU, that will work through the emulators. That's one thing I've been curious, since I don't have a computer in this house with a proper extra real graphics card to play on. And I'm figuring if we're just trying to emulate a telephone, it should be strong enough to do that. But yeah, that's one thing I have. That's one FAQ I'd like to have answered is just if I'm emulating this, especially since they have it, they have the Moo emulator thing right on the website. It's like download for iOS, Android, or use this emulator. So clearly they're and I think NetEase is developing one of those emulators or has a hand in it in some. I think the one on the website is from NetEase in some way. So they're this is not like a you can kind of play this, if you sort of hack your way to it. They're like, no, play it this way. If you don't or can't play it on the phone, play it on your computer. Here's how. I just don't know what what requirements your computer needs to play it. Again, I'm assuming it's nothing crazy because you're emulating a phone.
Yeah. Bluetooth devices, controllers compatible with your device will work Destiny Rising. There will be scheduled maintenance periods. So this is important. Weekly, and they'll occur on Thursdays from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. PDT. And additional maintenance may be scheduled as needed. And I did actually come across this yesterday. I was playing yesterday morning, and I got a little banner come across the screen as I was playing. In 5 minutes, the game's going to go offline because they're going to be doing some maintenance to fix something really important. And then I got logged out and came back to where I was, where I kind of got logged out, which was quite nice.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah. So at least, maintenance that happens on a schedule that they'll tell you about. Nice. Yeah,
Yep. For 3 hours every Thursday.
Yep. So, TWAB day or take a break from, and, read about Destiny and take a break from Destiny Rising Day, all on the same day. So is Thursday then also weekly reset on Destiny Rising? Is there a weekly reset? Have we played enough to know if there? Well, I guess we haven't gotten to a week yet. So,
well, it released on. Did it release? It was released on.
wasn't it Thursday and we're now on Saturday? So haven't.
Yeah, it was released on the 28th, wasn't it?
Yeah, haven't gotten long enough to know if what the weekly cycle for it is yet. Need a week first, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that theirs will be every Thursday. Then they'll weekly reset. So it launched on a Thursday. There'll be a weekly reset between the 2 and 5, and then that'll start the new week. So Destiny 2 on Tuesdays and Destiny Rising on Thursdays. Makes sense.
There you go.
You can report bugs and get hold of them through the official Discord server. And there is a link, and I'll put a link in our show notes if you want to kind of join that. And then the rest of the news is kind of the recommended specs. Storage requirements, 15 gigs on literally everything. Yeah, everything, basically.
Yeah, so delete your TikToks like 19 if you need to.
Yep. Delete it all.
So silly question time. Was that all from play? Do they have a the Play Destiny Rising site? Do they have? Is that where you're reading all that from? Do they have all the news there?
The global launch frequently asked questions was the only one apart from they've got closed beta, featured beta, and refund and reward programs. But yeah, that was the main one for this week.
Yeah, because I looked at the site and just have not explored any further yet. Because I know Bungie mentioned this happening, them going, hey, here's a thing, and you can get an emblem in Destiny, but obviously they partnered with, licensed for, but they are not building this game.
No, would just reiterate that again. Bungie are not developing this game.
Yeah, Destiny Rising, totally different company.
Yes,
Bungie building the game we're playing, Destiny 2. Destiny 2, exactly. 2.5, 2.8.
That had an update. We had an update this week of 9.0.0.8, so not 007. And
nope, past 007. They fixed the urchin issue. So as I say that, hey, on Kepler, they fixed an issue leading to urchin errors when launching the Kepler weekly missions. I wonder if the urchin was the one I was running into. So maybe I partially take it back, Bungie. Maybe I don't remember what creature it was that I saw because I'm like, it doesn't matter. These should now properly tell when someone in your fire team has a full Strangelet capsule. These need to be integrated at the altar of relativity before being able to enter another Strangelet mission of the same difficulty. Well, Bungie, I had 0 caplets, 0 Strangelet anythings because my Warlock was brand new. So, and I was alone.
I came across that this week. It wouldn't let me load the next mission. I was like, oh, okay, I have to go here and do something.
Okay, so yeah, go drop off your loot before you get more. I see.
Yeah.
In the Crucible, let's see if they fix the thing we talked about. An issue where your character who completed the lighthouse passage would not receive rewards from the lighthouse chest if another character tried to claim rewards first without having a passage in their inventory. No. They fix access to the lighthouse. Rewards of the lighthouse chest are now being account scoped. If one character completes a lighthouse passage, another character can purchase separate lighthouse passages at Saint and go to the lighthouse to open the chest in place of the first character. Once a character goes to the lighthouse, access will reset for all characters until the player completes another passage with 7 wins on any character. So I guess it's character scoped it away now. Now it'll be account scoped. So if you're trialsing, you can figure that out. They also fixed an issue where the old trials passages were not being deleted on characters after weekly reset. And I wonder if then you couldn't buy a new one and then couldn't play trials the next week. I don't know. Yeah, trials fixes. Hey, Portal, they increased the matchmaking for Fireteam mobs time limits across the board. 25% for Expert, 50% for Master, and 75% for Grandmaster.
Nice.
In the Desert Perpetual raid, they fixed an issue with Agreos Inherent Encounter, where players who wait for the boss to automatically align could read which accelerator to avoid charging. So if you were doing that, now you won't be able to in the Epic version they're releasing. In UI and UX, they fixed an issue causing bright engram XP gains to erroneously appear in the loot stream after reaching Reward Pass rank 100. XP earned has not changed. This is a purely visual adjustment to reduce UI clutter. Great. Hunter Armor, hey, you guys were trying to lie with your handshakes? Well, they fixed an issue where the liar's handshake and the spirit of the liar could have caused unpowered melee, grapple melee, or combination blow melees to deal increased damage to other players on hit that activates the perk. The change also fixes an issue where the liar's handshake and spirit of the liar would cause grapple melee to deal increased damage in some situations. Doesn't feel like a fix, feels like a nerf. But hey, but at least, and I'm assuming, thus Bungie, you've turned it back on in Crucible, because that's the rest of that sentence you should tell us, because you turned it off. So presumably it's now fixed and enabled again.
We can't presume. We can't presume.
Well, we can presume. I mean, just like they can tell us that, Mayhem is live, and you just have to guess. They did fix an issue where the Ward of Dawn and the Well of Radiance were taking too much damage from bosses. Is that because you were relying on the resilience stat still, Bungie, and it was 0 because it no longer exists?
Yeah. Yes. That's.
I'm going to guess that's what that is. Mm-hmm. Gameplay modifiers. They made adjustments to the Volatile Shields modifier to reduce the frequency of visually disorienting effects. Increase the cooldown to unshielded debuff from 5 to 10 seconds, and players must now fully heal before they can get an unshielded debuff again. And then finally, fix an issue where the Bushido Hunter Vest chest piece was using incorrect visuals, where the Obsidian Durasteel mark caused unintentional visual errors when worn on female body types. Synth cord was not going to the postmaster if claimed while holding the maximum amount in your inventory.
Ooh.
An issue where event reroll chips could be wasted in the seasonal challenges menu. These daily challenges cannot be rerolled, and it is no longer possible to use a reroll chip on them. Good change, because if I have them, I want to use them for actual things. And also, finally, they fix an issue with the Hoplite Ghost Shell unintentionally causing default visuals to appear unfinished. So lots of visual changes, and you can't throw your reroll chips away for nothing anymore. Which will be good with Heavy Metal coming for a single week. And that's it. That's what they fixed.
Good.
And now we're going to see what else we have in This Week in Denji. This Week in Denji? Oh boy. This week at Bungie. It's never in Destiny, guys. It's at Bungie, because until you actually launch your other game, you can't claim it exists. For the 28th of 8, 2025.
Yes.
And end of the summer, end of August. I don't know how we got here, but here we are with Portal and progression updates.
Should we just say that whatever we told you last week, they've undone, or they're going to undo? We should, the Cliff Notes is
these. We decided that's a terrible idea because you all really hated it, so we're not. So So the plan reductions to power earned for given raid within solo ops reverted. Plan reductions of engrams in Encore, Starcrossed, and Whisper reverted. Plan change of having to go to the tower to decrypt your prime engrams reverted. So that's all undone. Or, not even undone, wasn't done to begin with. So, no change has been made yet. So nothing has happened. We are right back where we started.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's like, we initially outlined these on August 7th. We were dedicated to improving the progression, increasing Crucible and Fireteam Watch rewards, and addressing feedback around raid rewards. Last week, they covered all the implementations that they were going to do. This week, we're going to kind of just go back on all of that. Just, we heard you. The community was heard en masse. And we've now decided we're not going to do that. We're going to do other things. So.
Yeah, we heard your feedback. We listened to your feedback, and we said, that's some good feedback. Let's do that instead.
Yeah.
So
we've got some buffs incoming for Fireteam Ops.
Yeah. Yeah, so that they adjust the time limits that we already told you about.
Mm-hmm. They're going to increase the match-made Fireteam Ops time limit across the board. So Expert by 25, Master by 50, and Grandmaster by 75%.
We told them about because that went live this week.
Yeah, that's it. It's already live. Ash and Iron, they've increased the number of drops for Liminality, Inverted Spire, and Onslaught Widow's Court. Activity timers have been rebalanced for Solo, Pinnacle, and Fireteam Ops. Fireteam Ops has greater value for speed versus killing all enemies. New increased the number of drops for many more activities in Fireteam Ops. Our team is still working on finalising specific activities we can buff, and we will share more details after we finish validating this change. New, remove the unpopular mods like Grappler from the Fireteam Ops matchmaking pool, though this will still be selectable when customising. Buffs in the portal rewards. The following plan changes are focused on increasing rewards or increasing reward quality. Chances of prime engram drops per completion rewards. Activities with more base completion rewards, such as Liminality and Inverted Spire, will provide more chances for prime engrams to drop. So basically, that's the place you want to kind of go and farm. Those two places, go and farm those, because that's where you're going to get prime engrams. So it's not going to be solo ops for farming. It's going to be Liminality, Inverted Spire. Guaranteed. Calling it now. They're also working on creating a more consistent power reward experience for the upper power climb in Ash and Iron, and this will be power 500 to 550. There you go.
Which 200 light levels from now we'll worry about.
Exactly. Apparently, in last week's TWID, they provided a ton of information about various changes and the data that drove them. And hidden within were several buffs, small and large. So we did tell you about this. Desert Perpetual Raid, weekly challenges added, yes. Improves gear tier drops, yes. Gear tuning added, yes. We did all that. Portal, time bonus earned by will grant 5%. Yep, we covered that. Your account high power will be used for reward score rather than the equip power, and you'll no longer need to wear the highest power gear when playing to get the highest score possible. And conquests, not now, are kind of replayable, but I think after Ash and Iron drops is going to be replayable. So, yeah,
will be replayable as they
will be
from the get go.
Not are now, will be. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And again, just why you were like, you could do this once and never again. Who thought that was a good idea? I don't know, but they realized it was not.
Yeah, and then they go on to kind of say, basically they were sorry. They thought they were doing one thing, they weren't, and they realised that, and they'll keep the conversation going.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy Metal next week. It's back.
Hopefully.
With a new event pass and new rewards.
Yeah.
And if you didn't get it last time, you can get is it Griffin Sparrow? I think it's the Griffin Sparrow.
Yeah, the one that has guns and flies slowly. So if you're trying to do Rainbow Road, it'll go at a leisurely pace. But yeah, you can also shoot things on it. It's good fun.
Yeah. Have to get to rank 14 though, and you get that. And yeah, it's like one of the little fallen ones that shoots stuff. This one shoots stuff, so we can shoot back at them now. We have guns.
Yep. Yeah, the Griffin Exotic Sparrow. They gotta have a picture of it here in the TWAB if you know what it looks like. And yeah, it is only up for a week. So, just a reminder, if you do want to play it, or if you do want the heavier duty emblem, you'll need to get to rank 5 for that. A new sword hollow foil is hitting at rank 10, and a kinetic shotgun hollow foil is hitting at rank 15.
Ooh.
So those will be your rewards if you want to grind for a week and play it. I'm curious if they've tweaked it at all, or if it's going to be exactly as it was before. Like I don't think it needed much. Maybe some speed tweaks or something. I don't know. The walkers always felt a little more maneuverable and a little more speedy than the tanks. And the tanks, I don't know if they were beefy enough to really make up for it.
And hopefully they've put another map in there, because I'd like at the minimum have another map to play on. But I mean, that's hoping that they've done that. But they might just be on the same map. And I'm not sure whether if you played it last time and you got the seal last time, that all you have to do this time is do the gilding part of it, or you have to kind of do it all again. Because last time, I vaguely remember it happened with Arms Week, that once you completed all the challenges to unlock the seal, it then opened up more challenges for you to do to kind of guild it. So you could have guilded for Arms Week, and you could have also guilded with Heavy Metal that first time it kind of came around. I'm hoping that it's just the gilding. If you've done it last time, you can just gild it this time. So
Yeah, I'm right there with
who
you.
knows?
If I've done it all and grinded my face off the first week, can I just do a couple things and be done with it? That sounds good. Yeah, but at least there's the hollow foils and stuff. At least there is something interesting visually to chase. I don't know which shotgun and whatever, but which sword. But at least a hollow foil version is something pretty to get. And and the Sparrow, if you didn't get it the first time, because it was another week of hope you were here for it, otherwise you missed it. And if you want to watch your favorite Twitch people, there will be a Twitch drop for watching. You don't have to gift anything to anyone. Just watch an hour of someone streaming, Destiny 2 on Twitch between September 2nd and September 9th to get the Mad Dog emblem. So sometime that week, watch an hour of Destiny and you get a Mad Dog emblem that's got the Fallen Walker, the tank, and a dragon icon on it. Cool. You can add that to your collection of emblems. Now, Demon, let's talk about your fantasies. Your class fantasies in Destiny.
Oh, I was going to say it is just Destiny. It's just Destiny.
That's what Bungie wants us to talk about.
Okay.
Or at least Bungie wants to talk about. I guess we're going back to, I don't know, messing with them, changing them, trying to define them better, which just feels like an endless pursuit of going. We need to give you a reason to do these and define these better. But what is that? Do we care, Bungie? We just want them to be good.
The thing is that their identity has kind of been blurred, or not lost, but blurred with being able to kind of have each other's grenades and each other's abilities. And yes, you have to really spec into, like, if you want to be an invisible titan, you really have to kind of go for certain things in your build to be able to do that. Whereas like the hunter is just natural. It's very minimal kind of specking into to be like that. But yeah, and I think with the various different changes over the years of like, and then we had Prismatic being able to kind of be wielded by all three characters, and a lot of that was kind of the cross-pollination of the grenades and the abilities. I think they need to get back to what a warlock is, what a titan is, and what a hunter is. So they kind of do go through this in This Week in Destiny this week. Warlock traits are battlefield control, arcane abilities, and ally empowerment.
They're sort of splitting these up, and like they talk a little bit. They say each guardian has a unique class fantasy that players assume as they play. And when they talk about the fantasy at Bungie, we often split them into the emotional fantasy and the mechanical fantasy. So to oversimplify, your emotional fantasy is how does it feel when you play this class, and the mechanical one is what do you do when you play this class. So that's sort of how they think about it, and they go into a lot of more, we think it should be this and that should be that. And so the warlock, they feel like should have these traits. So they've made a change to how your buddies will now operate. I guess the warlock turrets will now count as grenade for stats and perk purposes. Okay. So if you want to have your Ionic Sentry, Arc Soul, Hellion, Bleak Watcher, or Child of the Old Gods, I guess, spec into that grenade stat, max it out to 200, and you could have more buddies, more powerful buddies, more of the time.
That's really helpful, because I think I found that sometimes with some of my builds, like I would use like the Ionic Sentries or the Hellions and things like that or even the Bleak Watchers for the turrets, and it wasn't actually giving me any contribution towards like grenade kills or anything kind of grenade related. And it got kind of frustrating, because you'd have to overspec for grenades too much for kind of, because I think some of them was like, if you get grenade kills, it gets your melee back up, or if you get melee kills, you get X, and it wasn't counting towards that. So I think that's a really good change. That if it's, does it say when they're actually implementing this? 9.5.0. So alongside Renegades. Oh, okay.
Coming in Renegades and beyond.
December,
it's basically talking about what they want to do in the future. They're also talking about just messing or not changing the warlock identity, because they want to give the warlock just more identity and just changing, because longer term we'd like to see the warlocks have more mobile healing options and a passive benefit to match other classes. Titans do bonus uncharged melee damage, hunters have a higher base movement speed, warlocks have to throw a rift down and then stand in the rift. which is hard in this day and age of the game where you have to move, and some modifiers literally require you to run around. So there is no standing in place. And just letting warlocks heal on the move would be a massive boost to warlock usefulness. And they're also, in addition to the grenade stats going again to your grenade abilities, which become all your buddies, the Empowering Rift will now generate neutral game ability energy over time. Kills while standing in the Empowering Rift will now grant bonus ammo progress as well, 15% for special and 10% more for heavy weapons. So again, just a little more reason to use the Empowering Rift of charging your abilities and giving you ammo progress. Because again, you're throwing it on the ground to get a little extra damage, but again, just outclassed by a lot of other things you could be doing in the game on other classes right now.
And our Titans, with the Knights of the group, what they lack in magical abilities and range, they make up sustainability. Our traits are aggressive assault, damage mitigation, and artillery experts. So going forward, they'd like to get some more artillery expert favours into the Titan kit and give them more opportunities to flex their tactician muscles. In short term, they're working on some updates to the Behemoth abilities. Longer term, they're making some updates to the Ward of Dawn and Sentinel subclass, among other things. So the upcoming changes for the Titan are, what they're working on, Howl of the Storm, which is the stasis aspect, will now grant 2 melee charges, change stasis crystal spawn patterns and added 4 more crystals. And the Bastion, which is your Void aspect, will now have faster cooldown in PvP.
Yeah. And again, all things coming in Renegades in December. None of this is happening tomorrow.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean the extra melee charge, I feel like it's just a no-brainer for anything Titan related. You built the entire class around punching things. Give me more ways to punch things.
And I think you then run into the problem, don't you, that they don't want to kind of be able to one punch or even two punch. Well, I guess I mean, if you're two punching somebody, it's not too bad in PvP, but like being able to one shot them with your punch ability, they kind of wanted to pull back on. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, do that. Yeah, in PvE, go wild. Yeah, PvP. Yeah, feel free to tune it. Feel free to say, these are the limits to it. It's a bit better. Longer cooldown, whatever. But yeah, if I'm just running around out in the world, let me go melee things. Let me go run around, or just use it for movement. I mean, honestly, I use that stupid melee for movement more than I do for damage half the time.
Yeah,
when I'm running Drunken Toddler, which is rare.
So our hunters, they're the rogues of the group. What they lack in brute force and sorcery, they make up for precision and agility. They're the battlefield provocators, slipping into enemy ranks, leaving traps and causing chaos. So, hunters, attack precision, infiltration, and damage avoidance. So going forward, they'd like to give the hunters more abilities to help support their fire team. In the short term, they're working on giving Gunslinger an update. Longer term, they're addressing the feedback that the Night Stalker relies too much on invisibility, and among other things. So we've got on your marks, which is your solo aspect. Stacks on your mark now give weapon stats instead of weapon handling and reload. Max of 40 weapon stats at 10 stacks. Rescaled stacks count to max of 10 stacks. Precision hits now give 1 stack. Precision final blows now give 2 stacks. And precision final blows at 10 stacks now cure you instead of giving you radiance. Okay. Golden Gun Deadshot, which is solo super, now refunds ammo on Golden Gun final blows instead of on ignitions. Now extended the super duration on Golden Gun's final blows. Duration gains diminishes with final blows, granting less in Crucible. And Marksman Dodge, a class ability, now reloads all weapons on activation and now picks up nearby ammo bricks on activation.
Yeah, sounds like good stuff. Move in the right direction anyway.
Yeah. There's going to be more coming in the future. They're going to make more stuff to kind of clear up their classes' identifications and make them more distinct. So they'll let us know how that's kind of going, and we'll provide feedback. They'll provide feedback. It's all going to be good.
Yeah, everybody will have feedback.
So we've got the Edge of Fate Art Blast. From the beautiful scenery of Kepler to new enemies, armor, and abilities that meld together to breathe life into the Edge of Fate expansion. The awe-inspiring Destiny 2 art team worked carefully to create something magical for the newest expansion. Now, the team is sharing some of the art to help turn the Edge of Fate from concept to launch. So you can check out this in ArtStation. So we will link that. There's an ArtStation article that you can have a look at and click on it. It's pretty cool concept art.
Nice. Yeah, and I thought for a moment they had heard you talking last week about not telling people about how you can, submit your
Yeah.
art and videos. I was like, oh, is that going to be this? No, but lots of clips
Videos
and
and
clips and stills and concept art, which is always interesting to look at. Going, so this is what you envision this being versus what we got. Which again, the concept art is never going to be a 1-to-1. This is exactly what, but it's fun. It's fun to see how different things look. The train, all the train artwork has just been great.
Yeah.
Just huge fan of all the train artwork. It's just, I don't know. I really enjoy it. Yeah, lots of art to go look at. And if you're at PAX West, you can join a cosplay meetup that may or may not have happened. But I'm not at PAX West. You're not at PAX West. And
no, I'm definitely not.
Yeah, no, which will be only be tomorrow as we record, and yesterday as you hear this. So you were either there or you're not there. Thing that's definitely already happened is the Psalm Lab on Thursday hosted a lore panel for the Edge of Fate, which ran for a couple hours, which I think has now been uploaded to YouTube. So Psalm Lab, PSALM Lab, is one of our lore creators for Destiny 2. You can join him, Bife, Abaddon, Moonvault, and more as they chat with Bungie's Hannah Flipinski, the Destiny narrative lead, and Nico Steven, a Destiny narrative lead, on all things Destiny 2 lore and narrative. So yeah, a whole bunch of Destiny lore nerds talking to Destiny lore writers for a couple hours. So you can go enjoy that. I think it's, I think they've both been uploaded to YouTube at this point, or if nothing else, go to Psalm Lab's Twitch and, twitch.tv/Psalm Lab, and there's the whole, VOD there. So if you want more lore,
Psalm Lab. Okay. We will put that in the show notes. If you can't find it, I will find it and I'll put it in there for you.
Yeah, we've got you covered. And then there's a pretty picture. The Destiny Rising launch. So I'm guessing this pretty picture is an emblem you can get from the Destiny Rising launch. Okay, yeah, complete Bear the Light in Destiny Rising. Once you complete it, a redemption code will populate on your screen. And I assume that's the Starboard Forward emblem that you get for playing Destiny 2? Or Destiny Rising?
You get that in Destiny Rising as your starting kind of emblem.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
And now we have player support report, where we've broken things, and we're aware that we've broken them. Let's see if we know, you and me, Night Demon, the things that are broken, and if they align with what Bungie knows is broken. So, players who have the Gladius armor ornament set on Titan equipped on the PlayStation console will crash if they enter portal activities. Those affected are recommended to unequip the ornament until the issue is resolved. And I do think that I think they did a similar fix. On the 28th, to mitigate the PlayStation 4 and 5 console crashes, we've temporarily swapped the appearance of the Gladius Mark armor for Titans. This change will revert once we release a full fix. So they did. I don't know what it is about the visuals, because we had the Warlock, we had the other armor set that was crashing the game on PlayStations.
Yeah.
I'd be really curious for just a brief, hey, Bungie tech blog, how does the visuals on something crash a PlayStation? Just wildly curious about that personally. But yeah, so you can wear your Gladius Mark on Titan on PlayStation. They've just swapped how it looks so it won't crash your PlayStation. Your Tempest Strike does not activate combination blow consistently. The red dot sight for the Antidate SMG is slightly off center. So good luck trying to shoot people with it. Just go more to the right or left, depending. The Duality Dungeon is unable to be completed on Master difficulty due to the Bell's teleport not functioning.
Oh dear.
I feel like that's just I feel like that's a bug that was there forever and now is reared its ugly head again. They unfixed that somehow. Also, players are unable to complete the Corrupted when it is active in the daily Nightfall rotator due to the teleport mechanic not functioning. So the bells and the teleport mechanic, they're on strike. They don't want to work. Also, you may be running into honeydew errors in space when you're playing portal activities, and difficulty when swapping weapons and dropping below the power requirement. So honeydew errors in the portal when you're playing the game. So yeah, that's what they have to say about known issues. And then we have artwork of a hunter and ghost standing out in the wastes. And who is this? Somebody has asked 100 Guardians what their favorite thing about Destiny 2 is.
This is Lemonade.
Lemonade, okay. I was looking for it on the page going, let me click and find out. So yeah, Lemonade asked 100 Guardians what their favorite thing about Destiny 2 was, and put together, I'm going to guess, a non-Deacon approved length video of an hour and 3 minutes of what their favorite thing is. So yeah, if you're curious what people enjoy, that's what they enjoy. And that's it for the TWAB. And yeah, we got Heavy Metal next week, a bunch of emblems you've missed, and Destiny Rising has launched.
Yeah. I mean, I've got you covered with the rest of the stuff, kind of the rotations are for next week in This Week in Destiny, and I'll run that in a second, but I haven't got anything. There is nothing as yet for Destiny Rising, but if there is anything that comes up that is significant for Destiny Rising, I think I'll have to create more videos and things. And it'd be nice to know, get some feedback from our listeners. Do they want Destiny Rising news as well as Destiny 2 news, or are you just here for the main game? Do we have to do an offshoot podcast? Do we have to do offshoot videos? We need your feedback. Just let us know.
Yeah, leave a comment on YouTube, send us an email, reach out to us in the Discord, say, hey, do you care about Destiny Rising? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah. Let us know if you care or don't care, and we'll cover or not cover, depending. And if you don't tell us, then you'll get what you get, and you won't get upset.
Yeah.
I feel like the feedback is going to be, whatever you can do to make the show longer so I have more to listen to while I work or commute or drive is going to be the answer, because that seems to be the general message. Whatever we can do to get more is the correct answer.
Look, you had a really long podcast last week. This week, a little bit shorter, That's what you get.
Less drama.
Yeah, there's more to have a longer podcast. You need more drama. You need more guests on the show giving more opinions. And maybe next week we'll have a guest, because Peroty's not going to be here. So you've either got to listen to me whittle on, or you've got to listen to me and a guest, or multiple guests. Who knows what's going to happen next week?
Yeah, got to tune in to find out.
Exactly.
But you should definitely tell the people what's going to happen next week, rotation-wise. Maybe
Yes.
right about here?
Now here, yeah. This is your weekly rundown for the Edge of Fate, Week 8, starting on September 2nd. Season Reclamation concludes this week, which means our seasonal reward track and seasonal challenges will get reset on September 9th with the new season, Ash and Iron. And as we've had all the seasonal challenges over the first 7 weeks, here's your reminder to make sure you've collected all your missing data pads, stunned all those champions, and calibrated those weapon challenges. Because if you've completed 44 out of the 47, you can get a large pile of bright dust to spend at the Eververse store in-game. Plus, also arriving this week is the limited time PvP event Heavy Metal, where teams of Guardians will battle it out in Briggs versus tanks. Like we had with the previous Arms Week event, Heavy Metal will have its own node in the portal, with weekly and rotating daily challenges related to the event. And as you progress through the event ranks by completing activities and challenges, you'll unlock more rewards. Event challenges will reward event tokens, which can be exchanged for exclusive gear and items in the reward shop. And as a reminder, these tokens will go away when the event is over. Heavy Metal also has its own seal and title to earn, along with its own event rank track, with 15 ranks available to all players, and each rank having its own reward, like a weapon, reroll chips, emblem, and enhancement materials. And if you didn't earn it last time, you can also get the Griffin Exotic Sparrow for achieving rank 14 through the duration of the event. Heavy Metal runs for the daily reset on Tuesday to the following Tuesday reset on September 9th. In the Portal Crucible Ops will be competitive, control, and a variant of Cutting Edge. Trials of Solace returns at the weekend on September 5th, with other non-featured modes of 3v3 Rift and 6v6 Relic found over on the Crucible Director. In the Solo Ops we have Skywatch, the Salt Mines, the Conflux, Creation, K1 Logistics, and Caldera. In the Fireteam Ops we have the Strikes of Liminality, the Devil's Lair, Proving Grounds, Inverted Spire, and the Glassway. Battlegrounds Oracle, Foothold, Delve, and Conduit, Empire Hunts the Warrior, Technocrat, and Dark Priestess, Savathun Spire Offensive, Onslaught Widow's Court, and Midtown, with the Coil. And in Pinnacle Ops this week, Exotic Missions Starcross, with the Wishkeeper Bow being the main reward, and the Season of the Wish weapon set, the Whisper, with the Whisper of the Worm Exotic Sniper being the main reward, Kel's Fall, with the Slayer's Fang Exotic Shotgun being the main reward, and Encore, with the Choir of One Auto Rifle being the main reward. On Kepler, Featured Mission 1 this week will be Commencement, and Featured Mission 2 will be Charge. For our Legacy rotation, the Dreaming City this week is at a medium curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Divilium Miss, and has the Oracle Engine mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Hive enemies and the Plague Kragar. The Ascendant Challenge will be the Chimera Garrison over in the Chamber of Starlight Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is a Mysterious Disturbance. The Trove Guardian and the Wandering Nightmare, the Nightmare of Hawkis, are both located in the Anchor of Light. Nightmare hunts Skolas, Pride, Fanatic, Insanity, and Omnigul Anguish. The Altars of Sorrow start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Zydron and the Heretic Rocket Launcher. On Europa this week, Phylax the Warrior will be the Empire Hunt, Asterian's Abyss will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Agility. Dares of Eternity Expert difficulty rounds are Taken, Cabal, and Zydron. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Pathfinder armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with Weapon Set 4. Fractithis, Chrysia Amilo, Volpicula, Wolftone Draw, Iotona Draconis, Canis Major, Contingency Plan, Legal Action 2, Outrageous Fortune, Steel Syllabus C14, and Spoiler Alert. The Witch Queen Weekly Story Mission is The Last Chance, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Insight. The Wellspring activity will start the week on attack, with the Kinetic Bow, Feltar Diddle, and Borgon Hive Knight as the boss. The Lightfall Weekly mission is Downfall, the Partition mission will be Ordnance, and the Vex Incursion will be Umshire Park. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The 12 Guardian Matchmade Excision mission is also available, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Lost Sector rotation for this week will start with Exodus Garden 2A on the Cosmodrome, Bay of Drowned Wishes on the Dreaming City, Excavation Site 12 on the EDZ, Bunker E15 on Europa, K1 Crew Quarters on the Moon, Hydroponics Delta on Neptune, the Conflux on Nessus, Sepultura on the Throne World, and the Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart. Also, with the Edge of Fate, all raids and all challenges are now available all the time. And at present, there are also no featured raids or dungeons each week. The main ones available are the new raid, the Desert Perpetual, over on Kepler, and Dungeon Sundered Doctrine, which can be found over in the Throne World, with the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality Zaga up for grabs. The exotic mission rotator should be derealized, over in the Legends tab, with the Barodied exotic submachine gun being the main reward, and the Episode Heresy weapon set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and Zero Hour will also be available in the Legends tab. And as a reminder, a one-time offer of 200 unstable cores are available to all players with Master of Hall in the Tower. If you're a returning player, Ada 1 in the Tower Annex has 20 exotic requisition orders, which guarantees new archetype rolls for pre-Edge of Fate exotics you've already unlocked. Also, don't forget to keep an eye on this Friday at Reset, where he now offers legacy items and 2 exotic armors and a guaranteed exotic class item for each class each week. And that's it for the 8th week of the Edge of Fate.
All right. So yeah, I hope you've played your heavy metal, assuming it was in the portal. I'm going to assume they remembered to add that to the portal. So we'll find out this time next week if they actually did or not. Yeah, that I assume is there. Let's see. Well, I'm looking over the news that I collected for the week to say how much of this
some things in
is still relevant. Yeah, I have another file that I threw together too going, nope, we talked about that. They do have a correction for today's TWAB. We incorrectly said the Titan's Void aspect Bastion would have faster cooldown PvP. They meant PvE.
Damn
the
it.
TWAB may... It says the TWAB has been corrected, and I don't remember which one we said, but if you're saying, no, the Titans don't get better Bastion in PvP, they won't. It's PvE only. When that change comes in Rise of Iron. Or not Rise of Iron. Renegades.
Yes.
Ooh. And there's some portal modifier. So they're continuing to investigate reports of the double bonus focus modifier may have been incorrectly rewarding players as expected. So they've swapped the portal activity bonus to the score multiplier accelerator for the remainder of the week.
And now it's been turned off completely, hasn't it?
Yeah. Now they've turned it off completely. So additionally, they've also made a change that any event modifier can be toggled off in the boon and event modifiers menu. This will allow players to freely select which modifiers they can apply to their activity, even when a featured activity a feature one is active. They have then, due to an issue where the score multiplier in the portal wasn't correctly forecasting scores, they've turned it off entirely until a fix can be deployed.
Yep.
So yeah, they're just like, we've just disabled it entirely. As we mentioned before, but it's worth mentioning again, everyone hates the grappler modifier, present company included, who thought literally his game might have been broken when he encountered it the first time. So they've turned it off. It'll still be there to select if you want to, but it won't be there in the playlist modifiers. You know, they've disabled it from that pool of what it can feature. And also in Destiny update 9.1.0, so Ash and Iron, so early September, coming soon, we have a round of weapon, armor, and ability sandbox changes coming for both PvP and PvE. We'd like to note a list of items on the PvP list that we've been seeing feedback on from players, specifically things that feel oppressive in PvP combat. So they're going to be looking at the Graviton Spike hand cannon, the new exotic one, your spread shot hand cannons, the lightweight throwing knives, and the Gambler's Dodge. Now, Bungie, I'm going to ask you respectfully. The hand cannons make sense because hand cannons our hand cannons, and people are always going to have feedback. The 2 hunter things, is it because it's just the hunters left playing PvP? Is that why? playing devil's advocate for a minute, having only walked into Scorch and Control periodically, like, is it just the hunters there, and that's why it feels oppressive? Or is it because, you need to bring some of our other abilities up to combat them? But I'm going to guess it's the former. There's all the hunters playing. So they're also going to address concerns with the Trials of Osiris lobby balancing. I like how they say, we're going to address concerns with the Trials of Osiris lobby balancing. This was mistakenly reintroduced with update 900 and will be removed. So are you removing the lobby balancing, or are you removing the concerns of the lobby balancing? But they're removing something in the upcoming update that they reintroduced when the Edge of Fate launched. So something about Trials lobby balancing isn't as it should be.
Okay.
And they do say, check back next week for a full list of tuning changes, including buffs. So they do want to mention, hey, we're going to buff things. It's not all nerfs, guys. We're going to buff things. Promise. Don't hate us. So yeah. So that was the other things that I saw that were mentioned. I think the things I dumped in here were, the Gladius armor and the, hey, we're walking back all the things we said. I did want to also, who shared this one? I think Trials Report on Blue Sky shared a new website tier 5 report. So TIER 5 report.
Well, if you drop it in the thing, and I'll put it in the show notes.
I sure will. And so, you maybe look at this and going, but I don't have tier 5. This doesn't help me out yet. And it is a little bit like you load up the page and it just says like, this report will change your life with a login to Bungie. So, just like everything else. So basically what it is it does have like it's basically, the same thing that like Engram Blue was for all of your ergo sums and your like exotic class items. It basically, it has a way to do it like a knockout for tier 5s. So when you load up the site, give it your Bungie login, which again is perfectly safe. It's the same way you log into DIM or anything else that you just uses your Bungie account. You log in with your Bungie account, and then the page reloads, and you have a full list of basically where your armor has dropped. So you can actually, they've actually improved it since I looked at this last. You can actually lower the tier of basically saying, looking at stat duplicates from other tiers. It'll basically, like, if you are at the point where you have tier 5 armor dropping, it will show you where you have tier 5 armor dropping and what archetype it is and what set type it is. So it basically has like like your archetypes on the vertical axis and your different sets in the game on the horizontal axis. So you can sort of say, hey, do I have a high weapon stat, chess piece or something, or just what do I have as tier 5s? What has dropped? And it'll look at your vaults and then your character and say, hey, here's what you've got. You can also turn on some tuning stat stuff. So again, it just they do say at the top that this site is very much actively being developed. So they're like, hey, we're going to add more. It's going to change. You can look at archetype, you can look at armor, like you can really break down if you have tier 5 stuff, or like us peasants, you can lower it and say, hey, let me see what my tier 3s are, my tier 4s. And it will start to show you just, what have you received? Like I can look at tier 3 and see that I have 2 helmets with a high weapon stat at tier 3. So it sort of gives you a knockout list of just what you've gotten on which character, because it has all 3 characters listed. And all 5 armor pieces you can have on. Just if you're trying to farm for something, or if you're really close to that 400 and saying, I just need one more tier 5, this will sort of help you keep track of what you've gotten so far. So yeah, tier 5 report. We'll drop that in the show notes. Or just another thing that I've seen people talking about and going, hey, here's another site that's sprung up by the our wonderful developer community of just helping us get more things and figure all this out. There's someone else who had like a vault cleaning one that I thought I had saved, because someone had put together a site that sort of will let you look at your current armor and like the current armor, like the tier armor dropping, and would sort of let you say like, hey, here's the armor you can delete, because here's stuff you can get in the game that is better or can be better than this, and here's sort of the illegal spikes that you can't get. And I thought I had saved it, and I guess I hadn't. I'm gonna go try to do some real time follow up real quick and see if I can find it, because I swear I saved it, and now I've lost track of it. But yeah, there was something where you could go and just evaluate. Yeah, if basically, should I hold on to this illegal armor, or is this something I could get a hold of? Anyway, if I can find it, I'll add it to the show notes, and if not, I'll find it for next week, and I'll at least give it to you to talk about then.
Okay.
I think I don't think there was a lot of other YouTube. I mean, I watched the sort of the people talking about their Destiny Rising and stuff this week. I don't really think I have any videos worth talking about. A lot of, hey, I was going to be angry about this, and then Bungie rollback changes, so here we are.
Yeah, I mean, my videos this week are just Destiny Rising because like I was saying, I didn't watch anything to start off with before I kind of went down the route of just clicking buttons.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I've got, where have we got? The Unknown has created another channel called The More Unknown. Should you re-roll in Destiny Rising? Biggest mistakes to avoid in Destiny Rising, and Red250 5 beginner tips for Destiny Rising. So we've got those. I'll stick those in the show notes. So it's the Destiny Rising guides this week because I mean, heavy metal's heavy metal, and just make sure you get all your challenges done or anything else that you want to kind of get done for this first half of the season-ish before Ash and Iron comes the week after. So hopefully we find out more stuff about Ash and Iron next week, and me and our guests can chat about it, or I could just chat about it. Who knows?
Find out. Is this it? Yes. Okay. So yeah, it's the one. So this one we're gonna drop in the show notes because you're never gonna be able to read or type in this URL. So yeah, so we have the Destiny Armor 2.0 cleaner at d2armorcleaner.cbro.dev, which again we'll drop that link in the show notes. So need to do a one-off sweep of your Armor 2.0 you've hoarded. How many master grasps did you clear? Upload your armor data file to figure out which ones you can let go of. So this one, you go into DIM and it says, you go to your DIM settings, spreadsheets, armor, it'll dump out a CSV file. You drag that CSV file to this site, and what this tool does now is it'll determine if your tier 5 armor 3.0 rolls could theoretically replace your existing legendary 2.0 pieces, and compares your existing gear with the theoretically perfect acquirable rolls. So it's not saying you have a roll that'll replace it, but just saying, hey, what's the best armor, what's the best tier 5 available? Is this better than this armor 2.0 roll? So it'll look at your CSV file and provide you, a copyable DIM query to look and see, okay, I don't need to hold on to this because I could get this in the game versus these other pieces. It's not going to, other armor pieces it's not going to flag are better than anything you could get in the game right now. And they're talking about doing in the future, they may expand it to actually look at your actual inventory of armor 3.0 rolls. Also maybe looking at, your armor tier 2, 3, and 4 rolls, doing exotics, more stuff. But right now, if you just want to say, my vault's overflowing, I have all this armor 2.0 in there, which of these pieces should I get rid of? Because I can, in the game, theoretically, today, go get a better armor piece or not. And this will look at that CSV you're exporting. So yeah, it's not touching your vault, it's not making any changes, it's just saying, here's a list of all the armor I have. Which of this armor could I replace today were I tier 5, and could I get this perfect roll? Versus which pieces are the, illegal, quote, illegal builds where you just cannot get them anymore in the game right now.
Yeah.
So those you can mark and say, hang on to these. These it is impossible to replace versus these things I could replace. So if your vault's overflowing, that's just another way to go through and say, here's things I could clean out and get rid of versus the things that you should hold on to because you can't. But yeah, we'll drop both those links in the show notes, and I will send those to you right now so you have them.
Cool.
And yeah, more tools and toys for making vault cleaning and gear just a little more manageable. And I'll try to keep tabs on as people are building new things for the game, what they are and how they work. But yeah, the Destiny 2 Armor 2.0 cleaner I looked at and said, yeah, I'm barely tier 3. I'm also about 320 range light wise. So I'm nowhere near the tier 5s yet. But yeah. I'm still looking and going, what of these could I get rid of? Like I have so much armor and just it's armor 2.0. It's not stuff I'm gonna hang on to. So yeah. And it should go. We should let it go. Because I'm just gonna have more armor and just gonna have to find somewhere to put it.
Yeah.
So we do have our lovely patrons
Okay.
who have gone to patreon.com/TTAH and said, we appreciate what you guys do. And hope springs eternal that maybe one day there'll be merch. Not today, but maybe one day.
Look, now I'm too busy playing Destiny Rising.
Yeah, see, he has another task to do, another Destiny task. So there's, hope continues to spring eternal. But, we do have our lovely top patron who can't be threatened with a good time. We tried to threaten him. Some of the threats worked, but now he's back stronger than ever. Renard Calant. You cannot threaten that man. We have tried time and time again. I'm out of threats. I'm going to need a whole new batch of threats. So if you've got good threats, send them to us. Our grenade throwers of Golden God 1562 Noble, the man Conan from Texas and Feral. Wonderful grenade throwers. And sadly, we've lost our Deacon Day 1 raid team. So Deacon's got some time off now. She's got some time to figure out a new raid team to work on. But Renard's back, and we have our grenade throwers, and life is good. They've gone to patreon.com/TTH and said, hey, we're still here with you. We're still playing the game. Or at least we're still listening to you talk about the game that we may or may not be playing. You all especially tell us, do you care about Destiny Rising? Do you just want more content to make the show longer? Let us know. And everybody within the sound of my voice, let us know. Or, what are you enjoying? What do you want to see? What do you not want to see? Neither of us are in the marathon beta that apparently Bungie is paying people to do like long play tests up to $500 to do some marathons. So that seems to have some life to it. Again, that we are not shooters. We are not PvP players. So that's not our game, but it also apparently still exists. But let us know what you want to see. Let us know what you're enjoying. As Destiny goes up and down, so does the interest of people. But we're here through thick and thin, no matter what. Even if you're saying why, because we're here, because we've been here long enough. This relationship must continue. And until next week, when Demon will be back with somebody's, you'll just have to tune in and find out. Your Titans have been Peroty and Night Demon. You can find this show wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Two Titans and a Hunter everywhere. Just put it into a search box. Any search box you encounter, just type it in there. You'll get there. We do want your email, twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. Or you can go to YouTube on, every new episode, 801 video, Eververse. Hey, what's coming up next week in Destiny? Leave comments there. We read them. We see them. We appreciate the feedback. If you're looking for the show notes we keep talking about, or all those links we've talked about on how to clean out your armor, or looking at your tier 5 knockouts, twotitansandahunter.com has all the show notes for all the shows. And if you want to join the Auto Dance Troop, threaten us with a good time and throw more grenades, patreon.com/TTAH for Two Titans and a Hunter. If you're looking for more casual encounter, coffee.com/twotitansandahunter. That's ko-fi.com. And come September, will he be playing Destiny 2? Will he be playing Destiny Rising? I don't know, but he'll be a proper British gentleman at twitch.tv/twotitansandahunter. You can go there, follow along.
Just be doing merch. There might be merch.
Might be. Don't tease the people. Don't tease them like that.
I've got to tease them somehow.
Oh, that's true. Well, we've talked about your fantasies, and now we're teasing people with things. So I think we're done with this week. Give the people any closing thoughts and tell them goodbye until next week when something else will happen.
Just goodbye.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.